Hey, in this video we're going to learn how to play the main dominant 7 chords in the open position, and then we're going to learn how to resolve them so that you can play them whenever you want. Let's get to it. Hey, it's Adon here, adoncoin.com, where I teach you how to play in DADGAD guitar. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about Irish backing, DADGAD, Irish songs and guitar techniques, click the subscribe button now and the bell so you don't miss out on anything. So we're going to start with this F dominant 7 or F7. We're going to go around the circle of fifths and play the main chords. So when we're talking about a dominant 7, it's the flattened 7th note of the scale. So in the key of F, we're going F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E is the 7th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to flatten that E, so that's E flat. So you can see down the bottom here that we've got an E flat in the chord. So we're going from this F major, and we're just going to add in that flat, E flat, to get your F dominant 7 or F7. And that's what we're going to be doing when we go through this. So this F7 resolves nicely to a B flat. If you're in the key of B flat and you play an F7, resolves nicely if you're playing in the key of B flat. So let's move on to the next one. So following the circle of fifths, 5 notes up from F, we have C, and we're going to play this C7 now. So that's second finger on the 3rd fret of that low A, first finger on the 2nd fret of the middle D. We have the 3rd finger is playing that 7th note, which is the B flat on the 3rd fret of that G string, and we have our little finger playing the 3rd fret of that high A. So this is your C7 chord, and this resolves nicely to an F major. So moving on. So here we have this G7, and the 7th note of a G scale is F sharp. And now we are playing this, we're flattening that F sharp to play that F natural. So we have our 3rd finger up on the 5th fret of that middle D. 2nd finger is on the 4th fret of that G string. 4th finger is on the 5th fret of that high A, and 1st finger is on the 3rd fret of that high D. So that's your G7. And this resolves to a C natural. So next on the circle of fifths is this D7. Nice shape. So we have the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of that high A, and 3rd finger on the 4th fret of that high D. And you can guess where this is going to resolve to. We're going to resolve to G. So you can see the pattern emerging here. We'll go on. If you're enjoying things so far, please do give it a thumbs up and comment if you have any questions. I reply to everyone. And if you have any trouble with those standard chords that I've been covering so far, this channel has a lot of videos that cover all of that stuff as well, so do check that out. Now we're on to this A7. Another nice shape. So we have the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of that middle D string, and then we have the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of that high A, and we have that open G string ringing out. So you want a nice curve in your hand here, and the 7th note in this is going to be your G. So in the key of A, G sharp is your 7th note, and we are playing this G natural now, so that's flattened 7th. And to resolve this, it's nice to play your D major. So going from the A7 to D major. And you can play that A7 either with your 3rd finger or 4th finger, whichever feels most comfortable. So now if you're in the key of A major, a nice chord to play would be this E dominant 7 or E7, which resolves nicely to the A. So to play that E dominant 7, we have the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, that low D, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of that low A, 1st finger is on the 1st fret of that G string, and little finger is playing that 2nd fret of the high A. And you can even play that open D as well. That works perfectly fine to resolve to the A major. So, or you can play the A major up here. Continuing around the circle of fifths from E, we're going up to a B now. So this is a B dominant 7, B7. So that's with our second finger on that B note of the second fret of the low A. First finger on the first fret, the middle D. We have the third finger playing that 7th note on the second fret of the G string, and then finally the fourth finger on the second fret of that high A. So this is a shape we've covered already. Now we're just having it in a different position. We're playing this B dominant 7. And this resolves nicely to an E major. I thought I'd show you one more thing with this B dominant 7. For those that are adventurous, you can throw in your fourth finger up here on the 4th fret to get this F sharp note. You will have to mute that high A. So there are your two options. We can either play the B7 here or get that F sharp in there as well. Cool. So now we're on to this F sharp 7, and this is the same shape that we've covered with the G dominant 7. It's just down a semitone. And this resolves into a B major. Just like a B power chord. So I'll give you one other option here with this F sharp dominant 7. There's another shape here. So we have our third finger on the 4th fret of that low D, fourth finger on the 4th fret of the low A, first finger on the 2nd fret of the middle D, and second finger on the 3rd fret of that G string into the B. So there were some of the main dominant 7 chord shapes that I use in this open or low position, and they're just fun to play and throw in depending on what key you're in. So I hope you got some value out of that. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment if you have any questions. I'm happy to help out. So do check out the DADGAD guitar cheat sheet that I've put together, and I will see you on the next one. All the best.